All right, so we have a ASCII chart for every single character we have on the keyboard. So basically what happens is when you type in the key in the keyboard, for every key a unique code is sent to the computer. So the computer understands which code you actually send, and those codes are listed in a chart called ASCII chart. Okay, those are widely like known and predefined codes. Okay, now in this part of the lab, we'll actually cover the ASCII chart. So I try to give you a little bit of information about the ASCII chart, but this is actually the chart. So if you look at the chart carefully, you will see that for every character we have on our keyboard, we actually have a code. Now, that code, you can write it in decimal, you can write it in binary, you can write it in hex, because now you know decimal, hex, and binary, all of these three number system. So any number you can write in all this number format, doesn't matter. So, but the chart actually gives you all of those together. So this chart actually is from your book. But again, if you look at the chart, let me show you. For an example, if you see here, let's say this is your, can you see this is a capital A? So for capital A, the code in decimal is actually 65. But we convert the 65 into binary, which is here, and then we again convert that 65 into hex, which is 41. And now we know how 65 is equivalent to 41 in binary, in hex, right? Because we already did the conversion, so we just know how the conversion can be done. But for this part of the lab, if you go to 1E, you will see that we actually use this chart to convert a text. Now for an example, if your text is today is Tuesday, and then you have to convert everything in hex, all you have to do is, let's say today starts with what? Capital T, right? You have to go to this chart and find the code for T in hex. So write that code. So for every character you see in your lab, you actually have to find the code and write it there. But remember, we'll be writing all the code in hex. Another thing you should remember that capital T and small t, they have different code because they are actually separate character, right? Even they are same character, but one is lowercase, one is uppercase. They have separate code. So I'll give you this ASCII chart. This is actually from your book. There is a chart in the book. So I just, this is from the book. So I'll give you this chart so that you can try and complete the last part of lab 1, which is 1E, okay? And again, once you submit, you can finish and submit it. If you don't get 100%, you can try it again.